Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. I am currently filming this in mid-June and we have a heat wave in the UK, and I thought what better time than to film an original tag video. This is the first tag I've ever created for BookTube, and I just thought it'd be a little fun for me to make, and the main idea behind this tag is to give you some suggestions on what to read during the summer. I will take a few people in the description and at the end of the video, but this is just a plea, I guess, that if you like this tag video and the prompts, then please do go ahead and create it yourself. And I think we'll use if you want to use a tag, then maybe something like hashtag summer booktube vibes 2025. And then you can also tag me in it, and then that way I can see how many people have engaged in this tag. Yeah, so this is Summer Vibes so for BookTube, and I've done all of the prompts based on like summery themes. So prompt number 1, I scream, you scream. Pick a horror, thriller, or mystery that you might want to read or recommend to somebody to read during the summer. So for this one, I picked a book called The Sanatorium by Sarah Pearce. I read The Sanatorium in the summer of 2022. It is one of those perfect supermarket paperbacks, if you know what I mean. It's an easy book to throw in your bag. The font is pretty big. It's an easy read, and it's a thriller. So The Sanatorium is, I believe it was set in France or somewhere near the Alps anyways, and it takes place in a hotel that used to be a sanatorium, and there is there's a detective involved, and then the whole kind of point is that the guests are trapped during a storm, and they wake up and they discover that somebody's missing, and yeah, all the guests start to panic. So yeah, I don't remember all the details about it, but I do still think about it because it was a very atmospheric book, and it's a perfect book, even though it is like wintry. It's the perfect book for reading in the summer because it's gripping, but not too tedious to read, not too overwhelming to read. So yeah, so that's my suggestion for the first prompt, I scream, you scream, a thriller, horror, or mystery pick for a summer read. Prompt number 2, A Day at the Beach, a book that has a water theme. I kept that quite loose. And I thought about The Lido by Libby Page. So this is a contemporary novel set in London, and there's 2 main characters. One's an older lady, I think her name is Rose, but I can't remember, and then another lady who is a journalist, and it's all about the community's attempt to save their local outdoor pool, and there's a lot of themes of friendship and resilience, love. Yeah, it was a really sweet book. So if you are the type of person that likes to read sort of light-hearted literature during the summer, then I would recommend The Lido, or Lido. How do you pronounce it? Prompt number 3, Throwing Shade and Scorching Looks, the best antagonist in a book. So not everybody likes to read books with a villain, with an antagonist, but if you're like me and you like to really get angry at the book you're reading because the person is so horrible, then this might be the prompt for you. And I'm currently listening to The Settlement by Jock Sarong. This is a bit of a left field choice. It won't be for everybody, but if you like historical fiction, and if you like to read historical fiction that focuses a bit on diversity and sort of parts of history that have been overlooked from a kind of colonialist perspective, then I do recommend The Settlement. And the antagonist in it is the catechist. So he is the preacher, the priest who is at this settlement off the coast of Tasmania during the 1800s, when you have a relocation of Aboriginal people alongside resettlement of prisoners from convicts from England. Yeah, it's a really difficult read, but I am thinking a lot about that antagonistic character, the catechist. So, prompt number 4, Holidaze, a book set abroad. So this can be any book that is set not where you live, and bonus points if it's also based on the idea of a holiday, but it doesn't have to be. And so the book I thought of was The Pachinko Parlor by Elissa Shua-Dusupin. This is a short little book, and it's about a young woman who is spending the summer in Tokyo, and she ends up being a language tutor for another younger girl. Not too much happens in the story, but that's kind of the point of it, and it's very much like in the moment. You can really feel the sort of the summer vibes, as it were. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I've heard lots of people talk about The Pachinko Parlor and they've equally enjoyed it. So if it's not a book that you have heard about, then I recommend checking it out. It's also a translated work if you're looking for that type of content as well. All right, so we've done 1, I Scream, You Scream, 2, A Day at the Beach, 3, Throwing Shade and Scorching Looks, 4, Holidaze, and number 5 is Summer Fling, a romance or a story about relationships. And so I thought of All Among the Barley by Melissa Harrison. This is historical fiction set in England in the turn of the 20th century, possibly the late 1800s, I can't remember. And it's a coming of age story it's a female protagonist, a young girl, and she lives on a farm. So it's very much about farming life and livelihood. But there is a sort of coming of age romance in it as well. But more so it's about coming of age and trying to understand those feelings of romance, if that makes sense. Yeah, great book. I do recommend Melissa Harrison's writing in general. Okay, number 6 is One Time at Camp. If you know that reference, then you are old like me. So yes, One Time at Camp is a book about a coming of age book. And so this one is The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon. I loved this book when I read it back in 2019. So The Trouble with Goats and Sheep is about a young girl in England in 1976 when there was a huge heat wave, so very apt for today, although I think it was quite a lot hotter in 1976. And it's just an everyday look at average life in a British neighborhood. It's got themes of religion, friendship, prejudice and racism, and relationships, all wrapped around this sort of like mystery about basically I think they're just trying to find Jesus, but it's been a while since I read it, but it is a hilarious book. It very much reminds me of just like the antics that kids get up to and indeed what I used to get up to when I was younger. So yeah, if you want a sort of coming of age book about child-centered adventures, summer vibes, then I do recommend The Trouble with Goats and Sheep. So that's been, Summer Fling, One Time at Camp. Prompt number 7 is Class of 2025. So this is just a book that's been published in 2025. We're in graduation season right now, so I thought let's give a shout out to the new releases. And I would like to shout out the new book by Robert McFarlane that came out in May, I think, and it is called Is a River Alive? And very much similar to his book Underland. It just looks at rivers and the environmental, mythical, historical, sociological elements of rivers in our society and possibly around the world too. I don't have my copy yet. I've actually just ordered myself a copy as a little present to myself. So I'm looking forward to reading Is a River Alive for this prompt, Class of 2025. And the last prompt is family barbecue. Now, I think most of us have probably been to a family barbecue or, a family picnic, family summertime event, and how tense they can be or entertaining they can be. It depends on your family dynamics, right? So this one is all about family relationships. It could also be multi-generational, like multiple perspectives if you are into reading those sorts of books. And so for the prompt family barbecue, I thought I would give a shout out to Prodigal Summer, which I just finished reading. That's by Barbara Kingsolver. And this is set during the summer in the Appalachian area, in sort of a rural farming community. It looks at 3 different storylines, and although they are all separate, they are all interconnected in many ways. Lots of themes about families and like family responsibility, what family means to people, prejudices that we have, think like in-laws and that sort of thing. It was a wonderful book. I can't stop thinking about it, and I, again, would recommend it to you. So yeah, those are my 8 prompts for the Summer Vibes BookTube tag. So I Scream, You Scream, Thriller, Horror, Mystery, A Day at the Beach, Water Themed, Throwing Shade, Scorching Looks, Antagonist, Holidaze, a book set abroad, Summer Fling, a romance, One Time at Camp, a coming of age book, Class of 2025, a book that's come out or is coming out this year, and number 8 was Family Barbecue, all about family relationships. So yes, those are my prompts for this summer tag. All right, in terms of who I'd like to tag, I'm gonna pick 5. All right, I'm gonna pick Pat at Book Chats with Pat, because I know Pat likes a tag video. I'm gonna pick Ellen at Ellen Made Book Club. I'm going to pick Nikki at My Messy Bookshelf, Daniela at Uncommon Reader, and last but not least, Chelsea at Libraries and Lattes. But as I said at the beginning, if you'd like to do this tag, then please do, and I hope this tag video gives you inspiration about what to read this summer. So with that being said, I hope you're all doing really well, and I'll see you soon in a new video.